Back to our PSG ISD Professional Learning Series. I'm Valentin Guerra, one of your District Instructional Technology Integration Specialists. In our first session, we decoded the basic definitions of blended and personalized learning. Today, we are getting tactical. We're going to look at the engine of our classrooms, the functional agenda. This is the primary tool that shifts the classroom from teacher-led to student-navigated. Our focus today aligns with Strategy 1 and 2 of our district's rubric, the instructional model and student agency. The last session was about building the physical infrastructure. Today, we move into the change moment phase, showing how a well-designed agenda moves us from just having stations to fostering true student ownership over learning. At PSJ, when we talk about functional agenda, we aren't just talking about a list of times on a whiteboard. A standard schedule tells students when things happen. It's about time management. But a functional agenda is a student-facing roadmap. It clarifies the goal, shows the path through the 4 stations, and defines the evidence required for success. It tells the student what is expected of them in every zone. Why is independent navigation so important? First, it protects your small group time. It allows you to stay 100% engaged with HQIM internalization at the teacher-led station without constant interruptions. Second, it reduces the cognitive load for our students. When they don't have to guess what's next, their anxiety lowers and their focus increases. Finally, it builds the professional habit of self-direction. To be high impact, your PSJ agenda needs 3 things. 1, the I can statement. This must be aligned to our lesson goals and grade level rigor. 2, the rotation map. A visual guide so students know exactly where to go. And 3, proof of learning. We must explicitly state what the exit ticket or product is for every station, ensuring the movement is always tied to an academic outcome. Now let's dive into a core strategy, the must-dos and may-do structure. This is the entry point for personalized learning. The must-dos tasks are non-negotiable. These are the mandatory, high-rigor tasks aligned to our high-quality instructional materials that every student must master. However, once the student demonstrates mastery, we introduce the may-do. This is where choice path and pace come alive. May-do activities can include choice boards, peer tutoring, or creative extensions. By using this structure, you ensure that everyone reaches the core standard, but you also provide a pathway for students to dive deeper into their own interests. It transforms the independent workstation from a place of compliance into a place of personalized growth. Navigation may start looking at the beginning different depending on the learner. For example, our pre-K through 5th grade students, we may want to start with visual maps. Icons and color coding should match the physical signage on the desk to reduce confusion. And later on, even for these earlier grades and for our 6th through 12th grades, we transition to digital playlists. These are self-paced checklists often housed in Google Classroom that allow for more mature on-demand tracking of their progress. The most important 5 minutes of your block is the launch. During this time, the whole class reviews the agenda together. This is a ritual before anyone moves. Every student should be able to point to their first stop and articulate their I can goal. This short routine is the secret to a smooth, quiet 4-station rotation. Allow them to know what they are learning. Transitions in year 1 can be loud and messy, but they don't have to be. We treat transitions as a ritual. By using automated visual timers and the agenda as a guide, students learn to pack up, check the map for their next location, and move with purpose. We aren't just moving bodies. We are building student stamina and professional skill of efficient time management. Our work is grounded in research In this one in particular, Dr. Catlin Tucker. She reminds us that the rotation is not the end goal. The goal is the freedom to provide real-time feedback. When you automate the how of the classroom through a functional agenda, you buy yourself the freedom to focus on the why with your small groups. You become a facilitator of learning rather than a manager of movement. As you walk your campuses or review your own classroom, look for these indicators of success. Are students moving independently without you telling them where to go? Do the must-do tasks align with our HQIM goals? Is the agenda visible from every seat? And most importantly, can every student tell you exactly what they must produce before they rotate? These are the hallmarks of an achieving classroom. The functional agenda is your first step towards true student agency. In our next session, we will look at the how we track this progress through student data binders. As always, templates and the research articles mentioned today are available in the video description. Reach out to your CNI or blended learning teams for support. Let's launch this together. Together, we are building a student-centered future at PSJA.